Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Oluchi Nwobi, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how I achieved this beautiful bridal look with drugstore stroke Nigerian brands. So if you want to know how I achieved this look using all these products, please sit back and keep watching. So this is basically a look that a bride can wear for a second outing. It can be an introduction look. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like and share to your friends, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So in this video, I started off with moisturizing her face. You guys already know that I'm a fan of moisturizers. Okay, so I cleansed her face first with the micellar water from Mismetics, and then afterwards I went in with the Blossom Cosmetics Moisture Essence Moisturizer. So I really love this moisturizer. They gifted me a whole makeup bag, like a box. I actually wanted to unbox in front of you guys, but guys, there are a lot of things to open up, and I'm sure this video will run into 1 hour or 2 before I'm done unboxing. So I just decided to keep using their products, so you can see all that they have in their store. So this is me using their moisturizer, and I really love it because my model has really dry skin. I didn't even bother with primer, so I had to use only the moisturizer from Blossom Cosmetics. So for foundation, I mixed 2 brands, which is the Black Opal Beauty and the Nuban Beauty. Now I used the Black Opal Beauty in Beautiful Bronze, then with Nuban Beauty in W7. I mixed the 2 of them to get her shade. If you notice, her chest is slightly lighter, so I had to work with what's on her body, on her chest kind of. So after using a blending brush, I used a buffer brush from I can't even remember the brand again. Vicabel, yes, the Vicabel foundation brush. That was actually what I used earlier. Then afterwards, I blended with the White Glam Beauty blender. So guys, after blending, I went into contour, and for contour, I used Black Opal Beauty in Ebony Brown because I actually wanted to use Carol, but I felt Carol wouldn't really give me the definition that I need for her face, so I had to use the Ebony Brown. Okay, so using the same brush from Vicabel and blending the contour. You guys, I'm a fan of using brush to blend stick foundations because sometimes I feel that it leaves a line if you use just beauty blender, and knowing that Younger Beauty blender is a very soft one, so I think it's not going to distribute the product well, especially for the fact that the product is kind of thick. So whenever I use a stick foundation, I always love to use a brush first to blend it down before I go in with my beauty blender. So as you can see, I kept blending till I had a very blended face kind of. So you have to keep blending. So the next thing I did was to pop on some color for warmth. So I used the orange and the red lipstick from the Blossom Cosmetics lip palette. So I use it as a liquid blush. I used it on her forehead, her cheekbones, and her chin, and then the tip of her nose. This will bring warmth to those areas because you don't really want the face to look pale. Most times when we are done with highlights and contour, the face tends to look pale, but this liquid blushing actually brings back warmth to the face, and that is exactly what I'm trying to achieve here. So I'm using the same beauty blender from Glam Beauty Cosmetics to blend down the blush. Guys, you really need to blend and keep blending till it's flawless. See how I took my time to blend because I really don't want harsh lines, and you really need to blend it into that contour. So for concealer, I used Nwobi Beauty in 04 2.5, and I'll also use the LA Pro Cosmetics concealer in Fawn. So I combined the two for a better blending. So this is me using Fawn, and I later went in with the Nwobi Beauty in 04 2.5. I really love this color because it has this beautiful yellow undertone. So after placing it on the forehead, the bridge of the nose, under the eyes, and the chin, I had to go back with the same beauty blender from Glam Beauty Cosmetics to blend down the concealer. So I first of all blended the darker one before I went in to blend the lighter one. And you need to blend it well, and that demarcation from the highlight to the blush, you have to blend the demarcation so that it won't form any line there. So you have to blend. So when it gets to the forehead area, I like to use this part of my beauty blender, like below the tip, to blend the lines on the forehead, because you don't want to leave it that way. If you leave it that way, and by the time you set it, it's not going to be looking nice. So you need to like diffuse those lines, try to blend out. You see how smooth my blending is. Trust me guys, if you don't blend well, you're definitely not going to have a neat work by the time you set. So going back with my favorite powder palette, you all know that this is my favorite powder palette from Bridal Cosmetics. So I'm using this beautiful brush from Bell as well. The powder brush is from Bell to blend the powder on her face. Then afterwards, I went in with Sacha Buttercup setting powder to bake underneath her eyes. The essence of this is to seal up her face to avoid creasing, and also for fallout when I'm doing my eyeshadow. So afterwards, I went in with my TM Essential Brow Tamer to tame down her brows. I really love this model's brows. It's so defined, like even before I carved it, it looked so easy. I already knew that I was going to enjoy the brows. So I went back with this dark powder using my Nwobi Beauty brush, contour brush, to contour the sides, her cheekbones, and the entire perimeter of her face. Okay, so I'm using the same Bridal Cosmetics powder. So I'm not going too dark on her forehead, so I'm using something like a little bit lighter than what I use on her cheekbones, on her forehead, because I wouldn't want her forehead to be too dark. So where I want to lay emphasis are on her cheekbones, which I use the darker colors. So I really love this brush because it's soft and placement is very easy with it. I'll leave the number down below as I'm not so good with numbers. So I'm just going to leave the numbers down below in case you want to purchase. Then I'll also leave their link there too on the description in the description box. Okay, now I went in with my Nwobi Beauty powder in caramel. I didn't use the Sacha. I went in to do a reverse contour because I really want her cheekbones to be, snatched. The essence of this is because I know that the model will be tying gele, so I needed her cheekbones to be snatched so that by the time the gele is tied on her forehead, like her head will be snatched as well. So so you guys, I went in to do the brows using the Beauty Line by Didi Brow Gazing pencil. So I did one brow for you guys and then the other off camera. So sorry, my voice is, I don't know, I kind of have a cracked voice this morning, so but it's fine. I hope you understand what I'm explaining. Okay, so I love my brows to be very, very, very natural. So I only shaded the end and then added a few strokes at the beginning of the brows. So afterwards, I'm going back in with the same concealer I used under her eyes to define her eyebrow. Okay. So the same Fawn concealer and Fawn from LA Pro and then the Nuban Beauty in 042.5. That was what I mixed to highlight her brow bone area. Then for the inner part of her eyebrow, that I used a darker shade because you don't want that place to also be too bright. So that place connects to the contour on the nose, so I had to use a darker color. So the dark color I use, I think, is 046. Yes, I use 046 to define the inner part of her eyebrow. So guys, I have shaky hands, so I really find it difficult to film brow videos, but I'll keep trying to get it right because it really takes me some time to do brows. But I can say that to do brows after I've done skin work is easier for me than to do it before the skin work. So this is the easiest way to do brows. It's not going to take you up to, let's say, 3 minutes. Yeah, sometimes I do it for 2 minutes and my brows are perfectly done. So this is me using the 046 to define the inner part of her brows. I even think I mixed the 046 with 049. I guess I mixed it to achieve this color because I didn't want it to look different from the powder color I used for her nose contour. So going back in to tint her brows, I used this brow tint from Younger Beauty Brow Lipstic. This is in the shade 01. That was what I used to tint her brows. Guys, if you need to use this, you have to use little. Very little goes a long way. And you have to put a little on the back of your palm and then go in with a spoolie. Because if you apply it directly from the applicator, trust me, you're going to have an all over tinted brows. Okay, so for her eyeshadow, I used my Morph 3502 to do her eyeshadow before I went in with my glitters. Okay, so for the eyeshadow, I went in with this soft brown color for the transition because my base is going to be a smoky base. So I used a lighter brown and I later went in with a darker brown from the Morph palette. Is it Morph or Morphy? I think it's Morphy. Oh, well, I know you guys already understand, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. So this lighter color is more like a transition for the smoky. I didn't go lighter because the brown I'm going to be using on her eyelid will be very dark. So I will still blend that transition area, but first of all, I placed my eyeshadow. Okay guys, let me tell you guys, at this point I didn't know whether to do a full-blown brown smoky as the base or I should use it just on the outer V. You can see that I was just concentrating on the outer V and into the crease line, but at some point I just said, okay, I think it will be better, so I put the brown all over the eyelid. Okay, so, and I really loved it. I was like, oh, I wouldn't have even been wasting time, but this is it. I placed it all over the eyelid and I really love the outcome. Guys, even as it is now, you can just line the eyes, pop the tear duct, line and put your lashes and you're good to go. And this is just a brown smoky. But because I'm doing a trad look, which I know that most brides request for glitter eye makeup. They'll tell you they want their eyes popping. You know, I see your Instagram, and there's always popping eyes. I need popping eyes, so that's why I'm doing popping eyes. Okay, for the glitters, I used 2 glitters from Luster Cosmetics, and I used 1 pigment from Luster Cosmetics. So the 2 glitters I used from Luster Cosmetics are in Grace and Maldives. So Maldives and Grace was mixed together to achieve the glitter color I used. But first of all, I went in with this pigment from Luster. This pigment is in Satin, and I really love the color. Like, looking at it from the container, it looks it looks like silver. In fact, all their pigments kind of looks like silver, especially this forehead pigment. But when you place it on the eyes, you see the actual color. So this has a sea green, and you know, I didn't know that the ashoke or the dress the model was going to be wearing will actually match, but I just decided to do this mixture because I haven't even seen the ashoke. But thank God all things works together, and then I noticed that everything just blended in with what the model was wearing. So what I did was I mixed the Grace and the Maldives to achieve that color you're seeing on her eyes. Then I used the satin in the inner corner of her eye. So for mascara, I used my Younger Beauty. They sent me this mascara some days ago, and I decided to use it. They have sent it before to me though, but I know I've used it in one of my videos, so I decided to use it for you guys to see and purchase. So if you're in Enugu or anywhere during the makeup fair, you can order from Instagram, and if you're in Enugu, they will be at the makeup fair this weekend. Okay, so for lashes, I use Mismetics lashes. Though, so these lashes, they're lashes in I can't remember the name of the pack, but I'll still leave it down below. So for spray, I use Kiss Beauty spray, and the essence of using this Kiss Beauty spray is because it's kind of moisturizing. It has, I don't know if it has oil in it, but I like the fact that it takes out every powdery effect on the face, which I don't like because our model has a very dry skin. If you notice, even after using the products I use, it felt like her face was still dry, even though I didn't use a primer. Okay, so I loved what it did to my model's face. I like how blended the powder looks. So for her cheekbones, I used this liquid glow from Anastasia Beverly Hills in Penny to glow up her cheekbones. I do this because you already know if you've been watching my videos. So whenever I want to use a powder highlighter, I first of all use a liquid highlighter. That way it will blend in. As you can see in the video, you see how the powder blended right on top of the liquid highlighter. So I'll use a blending brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush from Nwobi Beauty. That was what I used. I'll also leave the number down below in the description box. So you need to blend. Make sure you blend in properly. Okay, so I used it on the bridge of her nose, very little of it, and the tip of her nose. Then you have to blend it down, so you don't want to leave the line so harsh. So I still went back and blended because I wasn't really okay with the way it was looking. So I had to blend it down, make sure that I touch up everywhere I've put the highlights, and making sure there are no harsh lines. Because if you don't blend well, you're definitely going to see the error in the video afterwards. So I try as much as possible to take my time. So going in back in with this pencil liner, or rather pen liner from Northern Beauty. I really love this liner. You guys, I'm not such a fan of liquid liners. I don't know how to use it, but the only way I can use it is to pop a gel liner below, or rather beneath, before going in with the liquid liner. That way I'm not going to mess things up, because I told you guys I already have shaky hands, so if I don't have my gel liner under before the liquid liner, I probably might mess it up. So this liner, I love it because of the tip. Like, it can give you that sharp edge, you know. So going in with this TM Essential Cheek Glaze. I can't remember the shade, but I'll write it down below. Guys, I know that there are different shades, so I use the red one sometimes and mostly the orange one. You can already see that it's already hitting bottom pan. So for her cheeks, I'm going to add this cheek glaze. So in between where the highlighter stopped and the contour, that's where I'm going to be placing it, because you don't want to have harsh lines there. And I like the fact that there is this orange effect it gives to the highlighter. So I'll pop it up on the forehead area, just little. And please guys, when you're applying this brow tamer, you really need to take it one step at a time. Just tap in tapping motions, don't dab. Once you dab, trust me, it's going to create a harsh lines, because people have sent me DMs, how do you put this cheek glaze without having harsh lines? So this is it. You just tap with the tip of your beauty blender, don't add pressure. So for the gele, Titi Gele was here to style our model's gele, and also for her jewelry, he also did the jewelry. So you can follow him on Instagram, Titi Gele and Tofa Tony Jewelry. So I finished up with the model's leaves. So I know you guys didn't see when I started the leaves, but I was already in a rush because I had a client coming in and her appointment was closed, so I was trying to rush. That was why I wasn't able to film this lippy. But guys, if you really want to know how I achieved this lippy, a lot of my video has this lippy. The only difference is that I use a different brand of product, but it's the same thing. Like, this is my go-to lippy for everybody, especially when a client tells me I want something very subtle. This is subtle for me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, please. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like and keep sharing. Please share my videos, because I'm definitely dropping more. So guys, this is the finished look and I hope you love it. Thank you for watching, and please, I will definitely post more videos, and don't forget to watch it again. Bye.